Howdy, howdy. Welcome on in to the pre-show before the free show. Hi, Tup.
Happy February.
Happy February. Yes, God.
It
yeah,
is.
we're already a month into
It
this.
is in fact February, and I think we can now say after since it's over, January, trash month. It's a trash month.
It always is.
It's a bad month.
It's
a bad
always
month.
a trash month.
It is. It cannot be trusted. Nobody likes January. And I apologize if you're somebody who, oh, my birthday's in January. This is not an indictment on you. Nobody chooses when they're born. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, that's you should just know January. But the weird thing is, here's the funny thing. January, great sports month.
January is a fantastic sports month.
But it's a trash everything else month.
Yes. Yeah. No, I will completely agree with you there, because you're in the prime of a lot of different seasons, and then you've got playoffs going on for a lot of different things. It's like, yeah, it's a great that, but like the thing with January with me is it's always gross outside. It gets dark still at 5 o'clock, which is fine when you have your Christmas tree up. It's kind of one of those things. It's like the Christmas tree, and it's dark outside, and it's fine because it makes it seem lighter and happier. Then you take your Christmas tree down, and it's like you got to go back to work, and when you leave work, it's already dark by the time you get home. The weather's garbage. Like,
it's all very bad. It's all very bad.
Fun.
Nobody likes January, and we just can't, can't be trusted. Nobody likes January.
No. After Christmas is done, daylight savings time, which again is the stupidest concept in the world, but it should go back to being light outside, like after Christmas is done. That's my purpose.
You should get in touch with is the sun.
Yeah, I've been writing emails. Haven't got a response yet though.
You should direct it to the sun at thesun.com.
Yeah, I've been trying to get in contact with them. They don't like me.
Yeah.
They're like, this lady's here to complain again. And I'm like, hi, it's me.
Yeah, it's me, lady.
Ready to complain.
Lady who wants to complain about the sun.
Yeah.
I love it. Anyway, so this is the last. We got to wake up early tomorrow and Thursday.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. I thought I've been here for a long time today because I thought that I had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning, so I got here way earlier than that so I could get some stuff done and then
here we go.
Get the meeting. Meeting got moved to 1 and I completely forgot. So
Oh no.
Shame.
I'm sorry. Are you doing okay?
Oh yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad.
We're doing well.
You'll be fine. I do think okay, I'll just come out and say it. I don't think we're doing the realignment show at Birdville. We're going to do the realignment show. Don't worry. We're going to have a realignment show. It'll be live.
It'll still be at 8:55.
8:55 a.m. on Thursday. Don't worry. But I don't think we're going to be in Birdville.
No.
The more I look at it, the more I'm like...
Well, and you and I were talking about this. Any time that there's, like, real bad weather threat like this in Texas, and I know that if anyone's watching up north, they're going, oh my God, it's going to be in the 20s. The issue is here, all of our of our roads ice so much, and we don't have... like the technology to get that off of them, all the different trucks and stuff.
Right.
So anytime that there's potential ice threat, every school just says, you know what, let's push it back to a late start. Like we'll debate if we're going to cancel the whole day, but everyone just goes late start. And if there's late start with that, I don't see any way that they have all these coaches traveling up to one location.
I just don't think so. I don't think so. And so I think right now I have it in my brain. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to be wrong, and I'd love to be out there in Birdville.
Like, my revenge tour is about to get crapped on by Mother Nature.
Again. But it'll be... Don't worry. We'll break down the alignments no matter what on our show. We'll have that. But then, we got... Between National Sign Day... This really is... I don't want to toss around the word hero. But I think when you take a look at the efforts that we're putting in over the next 48 hours... It's pretty heroic. I'll just, go ahead and
yeah, I mean, we've been doing this stuff since yesterday. Like, no sleep February. I guess that's what they call it around these parts.
That's what they call it around these parts. You're exactly right. That's what they call it around these parts. It is, but it's fun. It's a lot of content. We're excited to do it. But we'll make sure we have you covered every step of the way tomorrow for National Signing Day, and then on Thursday for UIL realignment. No yawning.
I'm trying not to.
Pickle is yawning over there.
It's been a lot of late nights making graphics.
You're working nights?
Yes. Because
Well, I've been
our
getting-
big boss, man, I'll put him on the spot. He had to switch around our Adobe account, so I didn't have Photoshop all day yesterday. So I didn't even get to start working on graphics until 8 o'clock last night.
I've been doing the LeBron thing. I've been getting 13 hours of sleep every night.
I'm sure you have.
You know?
With all your children.
Exactly. All my children.
All 2 of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that makes it feel like I'm just like I've got like
17
children running around everywhere. No, 2 is more than enough. All right, hit Theme Expo. Pickle. Hit the arrow sign. Yes, yo! From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful, scenic, crime-free, very warm Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a show on the internet.
I feel like all of those were not true.
My name's Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, a magazine, texasfootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us, whether you're watching us live on texasfootball.com, on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, or listen to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to. Oh, YouTube or Twitter as well. Or listen to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is the Duchess of the Dorks. She is Ashley Pickle. Hi, Ashley Pickle.
Hello. Your camera angle is fantastic because you have on your wrestling shirt, but the best part about it is the way that you're sitting, all you can see is his eyes peeking over the lower third. Like, it's not, like, it's good enough when you see the whole thing, but it's even better when you only see the eyes popping over the lower third.
I'm a Danhausen guy. Everyone knows this. I'm a longtime Danhausen guy.
But yeah, the eyes just over the lower third.
Today is Tuesday, February 1st, 2022, 296 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to Jason Isbell. Jason Isbell is the new Bruce Springsteen in the sense that every sports writer is super into him.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Turnpike's the same way. Like, there's a handful of guys that, like when you become a sports writer, you're required to like Jason Isbell.
That's fair.
You're required to like Turnpike Troubadours.
Yeah.
You're
I love Turnpike.
You're required to like Bruce Springsteen. Those are the ones. Anyway, happy birthday, Jason Isbell. Happy episode 1324. On today's show, guys, we're announcing the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Teams of the Year. Vote as voted on by you. Don't blame us. As voted on by you.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. They're
the
really
people.
Good. They're really good picks.
There.
Then I'm going to talk. We're going to go inside the numbers. I'm going to talk about the most improved Texas high school football defenses in 2021. And then back half the program, we'll hear from the head coach of the Wilmer-Hutchins Eagles, Coach Elzie Barnett, who stopped by the DFW clinic on Friday when we chatted him up. Do we have first 4 through the door?
We sure do. It was Coach Terry Crawford, Tony Blaylock, Rob Hadaway, and Aaron Arbuckle. Welcome in, friends. Also, Josh Chappa said he's eating the Big Chop at Cooper's for lunch right now, so shout out.
Aren't there a couple of Coopers?
I mean, technically, yes,
here we go.
but no.
There's only one.
There's only one, and it's in Lano. The fact that people in College Station will be like, let's go to Cooper. I'm like, no.
Is it?
Ew.
You have this real hot take on restaurants, like that there's good ones and there's bad ones?
Absolutely.
Like Storms?
Because that's, 110%. Lampasas is 8,000 times better than the Barnett location. They're only like 10 minutes apart, and there's a big difference.
And then when I was in Longview.
Stanley's.
No. It was Bodacious Barbecue.
Bodacious, yeah.
That, like, they were told, like, you got to go to Bodacious. You got to go to this particular one on
Yeah.
this particular street. I was like, what? Like, imagine being like, I don't know, and this is obviously a different situation, but, like, imagine being like, oh, let's go to McDonald's, but the one on Main, not the one on 7th.
Okay, I mean, I've said that about McDonald's before. Like, the one in Bee Caves has the best fries. Just throw that out there.
There's no way that's true.
It's so different, I'm telling you.
Okay. All right. Enough of that. Pickle. Dave Campbell's Texas Football is proud to team up this year with Ozarka to honor one team in each classification with the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Teams of the Year. Let's start this over so we can clip this because we got to fix the lower third. There's an extra E in fueled. I want to make sure we get this right because these are good sponsors of ours. And I'm not going to edit this out of the podcast either.
There we go.
Bang. Pickle. Dave Campbell's Texas football is proud to team up this year with Ozarka to honor one team from each classification with the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Year Award. Throughout the course of the year, we asked you to name the team. We named teams of the week each and every week, and then at the end of the year, we put all those teams of the week plus a couple of editors' choices into a poll, and we let you vote on TexasFootball.com as to who you think should be the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Year winner. The teams selected throughout the course of this program have exemplified the best in Texas high school football. Tough voting. A ton of votes came in on TexasFootball.com, but we have some winners. Your 2021 Ozarka Fueled by Nature Teams of the Year. In Class 6A, Austin Westlake. The Shaps send iconic coach Todd Dodge out in style in his final season, capturing their third consecutive state championship on the back of superstar quarterback Cade Klubnik and the state's most ferocious defense. In 5A, Corpus Christi Flower Bluff. The Hornets made history in 2021, reaching the state semifinals for the first time in the program's 78-year history. In 4A, Austin LBJ. The Jaguars became the first Austin ISD team to reach the state championship game since 1973 with a remarkable 15-1 season. In 3A, Lubbock Roosevelt. Just 4 years removed from a winless season, the Eagles used their high-flying running attack and sturdy defense to win their first district title since 1986 and reach the semifinals for the first time ever. In 2A, Stratford. Featuring one of the small school football's most fearsome defenses and a hard-nosed quarterback in Cody Rennie, the Elks brought home their fourth state title in program history. In 1A, Westbrook. After a tough start to the season, there was no hotter team in Texas than the Wildcats, who brought home their first state championship and became the first four-loss UIL state champ since 2014. And the private school ranks, Cypress Community Christian. After falling just short in the title game last year, the Warriors finished the job in 2021, capturing the TAPS Division III state championship for the second title in 5 years. So there they are, your Ozarka Fueled by Nature Teams of the Year for 2021. In 6A, Austin Westlake. In 5A, Corpus Christi Flower Bluff. In 4A, Austin LBJ. In 3A, Lubbock Roosevelt. In 2A, Stratford. In 1A, Westbrook. And in the private school ranks, Cypress Community Christian. Congratulations to all the schools. We salute you. For more information, visit TexasFootball.com. All right, Pickle. Let's talk about some numbers.
Math Tuesday.
I always forget that you want to call it Math Tuesday. Math Tuesday. It's time for Math Tuesday.
Gets the nerds going.
It's time for Math Tuesday. And on Math Tuesday today, we're going to talk a little bit about the most improved Texas high school football defenses in 2021. I've got the piece up on TexasFootball.com. And as we mentioned last time, that
because we did offenses.
We did offenses last time on Math Tuesday.
Hashtag Math Tuesday.
And we talked about how offenses really did take a leap in 2021.
Yeah.
We talked about how we thought that the pandemic really tamped down offenses in 2020.
But we weren't going to know until the next season rolled around.
Right? They came roaring back with nearly 2 more points per game per team in the state of Texas in 2021. It's pretty big, right?
Yeah, when you're looking at 1,200 teams.
But at the same time, that's not to say that defense is going out of style. Because consider this. I don't know if you knew this, Pickle. Here's a little fun fact. A little fun fact on Math Tuesday.
Does it revolve around tortoises?
There were 12 UIL state champions last year, right?
Fact.
11 of them had a scoring defense that ranked in the top 10.
Does not surprise me.
11 of the 12.
We brought that up kind of before the state championships. There's a lot of defensive-minded teams here.
The only one that didn't was Westbrook. Westbrook was 12th in 1A Division I. Which is just outside the top 10, obviously. But also, remember, they took 4 losses. And they played some really tough teams that probably drove up that average in the early going. So, it still takes defense to win at the highest level in Texas high school football.
Yes.
And so that's what makes this particularly interesting, is we're able to see which teams are trending in that way to show us, hey, they're improving, they're getting closer to contention, which of those teams made those leaps. And so we have the top 25 most improved defenses from 2020 to 2021. And you can see them there. Those are the the logos. If you're interested in them, you can find them on TexasFootball.com. So the most improved defense in 2021 was Lingleville.
All right.
The Cardinals. And this is pretty shocking, okay? So they're a 6-man program.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, they had literally, I mean this literally, the worst defense in 1A Division 1. I'm not kidding. The number last scoring defense.
The number last.
In 2020 in 1A Division 1, okay? They were giving up 64.9 points per game. This past year, they brought that average down to 31.6. Okay, they improved by 33 points a game.
Wow.
They went from dead last to 13th in the state.
Talk about a jump.
That's a massive jump. Okay, a massive jump. The defense for Coach Kenneth Davis went from it is straight up losing them games to an actual bona fide asset.
Well, on top of that, 33 sounds like a high number, but when you put it in a perspective from the 6-man classification, that's a really low number of points scored.
Correct. Yeah, 33 is not bad. 33 or 31.6 points per game is what they gave up.
Yeah, that allowed is not bad
at all. That's good enough for 13th. 13th in 1A Division 1. Pretty good. The most improved 11-man team was a team we've talked about on this program before. Roscoe.
Yep.
Roscoe allowed 29 fewer points per game in 2021.
Wow.
Okay? Antonio Aguayo, Reese Kaiser, and Strong Sporting Cast put the Plowboys on their back. They went from giving up 47.5 points a game, which I think we can all say, bad.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be a jerk. If you give up 47 points a game, your defense is pretty bad.
Math Tuesday would confirm.
They gave up 18.5 points per game.
Wow.
Which is like really good.
Yeah.
Like they went from very bad to pretty darn good in the span of 1 year. The most improved big school, if you want to call 6A and 5A big school, which I think is fair, right?
Yes.
Mission Veterans Memorial.
How about that, Coach Gilpin?
Once again, they went from 43 points a game to 17.4 points a game.
Wow.
Okay? A giant leap. They were 5A's most improved defense. And remember, they went 1-5. We talked with Coach Gilpin at 7-on-7, and he talked about how, you know what? You are what your record says you are. I'm a 1-5 coach. Well, he's an 8-4 coach now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They took that leap. That showed up in the win column. Speaking of sparking a big improvement, you will notice there are two down there bottom left of this graphic. You'll notice two state champions.
Yes.
Stephenville rode the state's 6th most improved defense to a state championship. They went from, because you remember what really held them back, the offense was pretty good last year, but last year they were giving up 37 points a game, 37.8 points a game. This year, 15.
Yeah.
15 points.
That defense was insane this year.
The other one is Stratford. Stratford was a team that you remember last year they went, I want to say they went like 7-6. Like they had a weird weird
run of the
final record, but they basically cut their defensive scoring allowance down by 2/3. They went from 30.9 points a game to 10. Okay? No wonder they won a state championship. If you're looking in Class 6A, the most improved defense, Humble Summer Creek. And second time we've mentioned that program. There in 4A, it was Bandera. Bandera was the most improved defense in 4A, and in 3A, San Antonio Cole. Those are the most improved defense. Those are the top 25. You can find those all up on TexasFootball.com. But what I think is interesting, this is just, and I haven't run this particular style of number, but thinking back on the most improved offenses.
Yes.
You were looking up and down, and you were like, oh, there were still some teams that were going, 2-8. There were still some teams that were going 3-7, things like that. You don't see that very much in this list.
No.
Okay? You're seeing a lot of 7-4s. Forney was made a huge leap. We talked with Jeff Fleener there at DFW Coaching Clinic, or DFW Coaching Clinic rather, and talked about that. They went 7-4, right? One of the only teams to be on both most improved offenses and most improved defenses is Tioga.
Yep.
Right? Coach Chad Rogers doing big things there. They obviously made a big leap, right? I only see one team in Darrozette in the 6-man ranks that had a pretty tough year. But that is the outlier. You got a lot of 10-win teams here. Marlin's on this list, right? Gordon is on this list. Toller, Spur, all teams that had really nice years in 2021. I think there's more of a correlation, and I would need to run some sort of numbers on this. Maybe that's next Math Tuesday. Run a correlation. I would say that improved defenses is more correlated with a better win column or better outcome than
all the coaches watching this are going, well, we've been telling y'all the defense wins championships forever.
I know that's right, but it
is interesting to see.
It's stark. It laid out in stark terms here.
Especially because when we go back to what you were talking about earlier with the offenses in the pandemic, and we were wondering how much of a difference that really made it, we kind of said all along, like, we thought that the defenses could be the big calling card during all of that, and the fact that it shows that, yeah, you could have a decent defense in 2020 and be fine, but if you made big strides this year, that there is some kind of, connection between all of that.
Yeah, I think so. So there you go. You can find the piece up on TexasFootball.com, the most improved defenses in Texas high school football in 2021. We are Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Before we get into talking with Elzie Barnett of Wilmer-Hutchins, let's promo what we're doing tomorrow. That is the Texas Football Today National Signing Day Special. And we've got a pair of big-time stars coming in to commit live on our air tomorrow, 10 a.m. We're not on at noon. If you log on at noon, you're going to be sad. 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't want to get any emails about people being upset that we're not on at noon.
10 a.m. tomorrow. Jack Curtis from Highland Park is going to be in here committing. He's narrowed it down to Air Force, Army, or Princeton. And then R.J. Maryland, the South Lake Carroll tight end, is going to be choosing between Miami and SMU. Both of them will be committing live right here on Texas Football Today. We'll have instant analysis and reaction from Greg Powers, Ishmael Johnson. They'll be here. Mallory Hartley is going to be our master of ceremonies over there. We're very excited to have both Jack Curtis and R.J. Maryland in.
And it sounds like we'll have a great showing from family members and support
and
everything. R.J.'s bringing about 10 people, I think, and Jack Curtis is bringing like 13. So we're going to have a party in here.
We got to make sure we got enough room. I'm looking around the studio. I think we got enough room.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
Well, we're going to make it work.
We'll make it work. Anyway, that's tomorrow, 10 a.m. right here. Wherever you're watching us right now is where you can find the Texas Football Today's National Signing Day Special tomorrow. Pickle last Friday.
Time out. Yep.
Last Friday, we were over in Grapevine for the DFW Coaches Clinic, caught up with a number of coaches. One of them, the head coach of those mighty Wilmer-Hutchins Eagles. I believe I called them the Wildcats the first time I talked with them because I have not slept much.
That's fair.
They are, of course, the Eagles. Coach Elzie Barnett, one of our favorites. Here's my conversation with Wilmer-Hutchins head coach Elzie Barnett here on Texas Football Today. Dave Campbell's Texas Football here at the DFW Coaches Clinic in Grapevine, here with Mayor Dallas, I guess?
Mayor of Dallas.
Head coach of Wilmer-Hutchins Wildcats, Coach Elzie Barnett. Coach, how are you?
I'm good.
How's the offseason been so far?
Offseason's going great. Boys in track, some of them in basketball, some going to baseball, and then the rest of them are doing offseason football.
Okay. How's an off-season football? Let's talk a little bit about last year. I know you maybe prefer not to, but a disappointing year, I think, at least by Hutch standards. You know what I mean? The standards have been so high that is a step back. So how do you evaluate what happened last year?
It was extremely disappointing. Just a lot of youth, inexperience at the major positions, the quarterback, running back. But with what we're doing right now, we'll bounce back. We'll definitely be back.
There's no doubt about that. And one of the reasons is, you mentioned how young you guys were. Seems like how many? I'll just ask you. I'll get your questionnaire in the fall in the spring. But how many starters are you guys going to have coming back? It's got to be.
We'll be loaded on both sides of the ball. We still have to answer that question at quarterback, but for the most part, everyone else is coming back. And the most important piece is, up front, the offensive and defensive line. We're bringing all those guys back.
Coach Barnett's an offensive line with you guys, so that's why we get along. Did you see over the course, I know it didn't necessarily manifest in the win column, but did you see that growth of those youngsters, of those guys who are going to be key parts of your 2022 season as the season went on?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially in that first-round playoff game with Argyle, you could see how the kids had, how they matriculated and developed into what we think they could be, the potential, because, Argyle going to test you on all sides. Front, back, side to side, doesn't matter to them, the Argyle Eagles, but those guys stood up to the test, and I mean they did a pretty good job for their for the level of experience they had.
Right. And it strikes me that playing teams like that, right? Playing teams that are playing deep in the playoffs, they're now going to be moving up to 5A. You know, that's going to end up making you guys better and helping you guys into 2022 and beyond.
You know, the one thing that we've never done was shied away from any opponent. You know, we used to play South Oak Cliff non-district. We've played Waco, not Waco, LaVega in the playoffs, but we played, Frisco, Wakeland non-district. So our kids have to play those caliber teams in order for us to really get a true measurement of them, because you know the playing field isn't level all the way across the board in the inner city.
Yeah.
You know, and having an inner city program, you have to find ways to get your kids and push them and test them, so you'll actually know what you have when you're getting ready for district play.
Well, and you brought it up. Coaching the inner city comes with its own challenges. When you see a team like South Oak Cliff do what they did and win a state championship, you know, I can only speak from where I sit. From your perspective, does that provide hope? Does that rally you guys? Be like, give you something to show your kids? Be like, we can go and do this, guys.
You know, Jason does a great job over there at South Oak Cliff, and I was very flattered that he would even play me, you know, those couple of years that we played, considering the caliber program that he has. But our kids know that if my next door neighbor can do it, then why can't I do it? And so even from the coaching carousel, you know, my guys, some of those guys been at several different schools in high schools and DISD. They know now that, hey, I can bring a little bit more to the table. So that run that South Oak Cliff had was extremely inspiring for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Now, I got to ask you, I asked you to do this interview, and you balked at first, and you said, I don't know if I want to do that interview. How do you think this interview went?
You know, you calm me down, Greg. You know that. I've been around. I've known you forever. So hanging out with you is like being in the backyard barbecue. The only piece we're missing is Aaron. If we had Aaron here, man, it'd be a full show.
Dude. If we had Aaron, we would never get a word in.
Right,
that's the problem.
Right.
Coach, we're excited to see you again. We're excited to see what your Eagles do.
Thank you, Greg. Appreciate you.
There he is, Elzie Barnett, our good buddy there at Wilmer-Hutchins. Chatting him up at the DFW Coaches Clinic. Always enjoy the opportunity to catch up with him. Excited to see what happens with them in realignment. Big doings down there in Eagle Country. We appreciate Coach Elzie Barnett of Wilmer-Hutchins hopping on with us. Let's go over to Ashley Pickle for America's second favorite segment, Final Thoughts. And if she looks refreshed and stress-free, it's because she is. She's got nothing on her mind.
No, we're just chilling.
It's not like we've got two massive shows coming up the next 2 days.
Back to back. With a little wintry mix.
I know.
To just set everything on fire.
It's going to be a lot. Because if you don't know, again, tomorrow, the National Signing Day special, 2 live in-studio commitments with Jack Curtis from Highland Park and RJ Maryland from South Lake Carroll. They'll be in studio committing live. And then Thursday is our UIL realignment special. That's going on. So 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yes.
8:55 on Thursday.
Yes. We will not be doing a noon show either of those days.
The next noon show is Friday.
Yes.
So if you tune in at noon, you're going to be sad. Anyway, how's your head? How you doing? You doing okay?
Good. I'm excited. I think that this will all be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be good shows. I'm excited.
I hope
to do the
that
shows.
y'all will tune in because we're putting a lot of work into it. So make it worth it.
I think the shows are going to be really fun. I think you're going to enjoy them very much. But we certainly hope that you will tune in tomorrow for the National Signing Day special, 10 a.m. right here, wherever you're watching this show. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
Bye.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
It's good for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks again to Wilmer-Hutchins head coach Elzie Barnett for being our guest. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please get your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. for the National Signing Day special here on Texas Football Today.